Okay, that's Missy there, Clara there, Abe there. There's a lot of hay on the ground, and that's because the hay that's on the top in the loose haystack right now is rained on, and they don't like rained on hay very well. And I don't blame them, but it's what we've got. Um, Preparatory to doing a little talk about the training process so far, I'm going to catch these folks and put them up and give them their supper, and then we'll sit here and have this conversation. And I thought you might enjoy. Here comes Abraham. He wants to know how come I'm out here and not with him. You're the best area. Best area. Come on this way. There's 3 rings on that wall there. For a time to be fed. somewhere to get caught in order to get fed, and they know that, and they're happy with that. That works for them, and it works for me that way. They don't get in my way while I'm feeding. They don't crowd my hay and stuff. I'm gonna get my chair. Okay. I promised you when I started training these two girls that I would keep a record, a video record of the whole training process. And most of the summer I haven't posted any training videos. I want to bring you up to date on why that is. This kitty, the Lustrix Clara, had an adverse reaction to some fly spray. I don't like poisons. I don't like that kind of chemical. But the flies just literally eat the skin off of them. They're big, bloody, oozing, pussy sores. And I've tried various things to beat the flies. And the only thing I've been able to find is to just use a toxic spray on their legs. And while I don't particularly like these chemicals, I just hate my animals being in pain and suffering. And so, as the lesser of two evils, I chose poison. And the most common fly sprays have a poison in it called permethrin. That's artificial to manufactured toxin. And it's manufactured to be similar to another one called pyrethrin. And pyrethrin is natural. It comes out of carnation. And it's not as long lasting on the ground. And so I wanted to go over to pyrethrin. So I bought a bottle that had pyrethrin in it, based in some kind of an oil. And I sprayed their legs with it just like I had been with the others. And Missy had a terrible adverse reaction to it. Some kind of dust, it caused dust to cake up on her legs. I think it was her dust. And then her skin just rotted underneath the surface of the skin. Got all sores and the dust wouldn't come off. It was extremely painful for her. And in order for me to treat those injuries, I had to hurt her more. And that really frightened her. And I hated it, but what are you going to do? I mean, I had to treat her and get her healed up. You see now that her legs are looking nice. So, they did heal up okay. But we lost part of the summer to her being in pain, and you can't train them when they're miserable. You can't do anything constructive until you've got them feeling all right. They have to feel well to want to work. So a lot of the summer was spent just getting back the relationship we'd had before she got that injury. And to a lesser extent, Clara had it too. The stuff didn't do anything to Abe's legs. He was okay. And the flies do him terrible. They do him even worse than they do the girls. I mean, he'll have a bloody spot as big as the palm of my hand in 3 or 4 days of fly biting. And so then, after we went through that, then I've just been working this same process that you just saw, and this is a twice a day process. They have to get tied up, they have to get caught, they have to get tied up to get fed. And she'd been through a lot of pain, and she didn't want to be caught, and you saw her now, and when I offer her halter, she brings her face to it. So we're back where we need to be. Now we have something we can work on. And so the other thing is that she is quite nervous about the tripod and about the camera. They're all nervous when I talk to the camera, to you guys, because normally I talk just to them, and if I don't have something to say to them, I don't say anything. Abe's been working all summer. Abe's kind of poorly. He's all skin and bones. You can see he's looking bony. And tomorrow we're having his teeth floated. I think that's his problem, is he's got spikes on his teeth, and it's hard for him to chew his food properly to get the nourishment out of it. So tomorrow we hope we can fix that. But he's been having to work anyway, and I only work him until he doesn't want to work anymore, until he seems tired. We've been hauling this hay. Today we took a day off on mode. The rest of this video is going to be a brief video where I harnessed up Missy and put the cart on her. Well, you don't see that part. I had the cart on her when the video started. And I just walked her one short little circle. Probably didn't walk her 75 or 100 feet at the outside, pulling the cart, and then tied her up, took the cart off. And the reason for that is because in all training, you want to have a beginning, a middle, and an end with no failures. And then as the beginning and the end are good, then you begin to stretch out the middle. So next time I'll walk her farther. I'll maybe walk her 2 or 3 rounds. And then maybe after a while, pretty soon after a while, I'll take her out. My long-term objective for her is to have her be my road donkey, to have her be able to pull a buggy and or a cart to and from Richmond. We'll see how that comes out. Not all my objectives pan out. But, pardon me. Anyway, that's why it's been a slow summer and why there haven't been very many videos. I did make one previous video of this where I showed you the feeding, but where I had the camera set, you couldn't see them actually being caught. And so today you got to see how they take that, and you see how gracious they are with it. And in general, donkeys are just gracious and pleasant animals to work with. And if they're not, then typically that's my fault. Or because some days I'm grouchy and then that makes them grouchy. And if I can just keep myself cool and keep myself mellow, then they will be too. So that's why it's been a long, slow summer. And plus I had a lot of machinery trouble. It's really been kind of a shitty summer for me, but some aren't compared to most of the people in America who are dying over COVID-19 or losing their loved ones over COVID-19 or about to get thrown out of their homes or short on food. I mean, I got my life is so good. anyway, so the next I'm gonna shut this off, and then the next I'm gonna kind of paste this to, or put this together with this little video of the work. So that's all. That's where we are. It's pushing on mid-July. I mean mid-August. So I don't know what the day is. 8th, 7th. I guess it's early August. But another summer's been and it's passing. And my life so far goes on, and it's good. Still coming along. I hang on here and watch her pull the garden. She's a doll. I just love her to death. I love all of them. So hang on here. We'll see you next. This is the second time Missy's been hooked up to the cart, standing tied to this gate. The first time, that was all we did. I just hooked her up, left her tied there, walked it around, and then took it away. We never even moved. I didn't have her harness really ready to do it anyway, so this is her second time. She's really more interested in grazing, and for now, I'm not that interested in fighting with her about that. We'll worry about that later. I think, though, that today I'm going to have her move. I'm going to go get the tripod and we'll see how this works. Okay, now I got no way of telling you what this is going to be like. It could be an explosion, but I'm just going to move her a little, see how we do. She's there. I got her on the edge of the screen. Okay, that's known as a giant victory. We got from there to there without any explosions. And she got goody. She's a $1 million donkey. She's my girl. That's all.